This one Amazon KDP mistake is killing your profits. What's going on, guys? Sean here. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about self-publishing, building passive income streams, and retiring early, and the many lessons and failures I learned along the way. So if you're interested in those kind of topics, then leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. So in this video, I have a quick tip kind of video where I noticed a lot of people making this mistake, and it's not really helping the person making this mistake as well as the overall publishing space in general. So I just want to go over that real quick. Now, what most people do in the self-publishing space is they find a profitable topic and a profitable book in that topic, right? They see what's working and they try to make a book that is similar to what's on the market. So they basically make the same thing and try to offer it at a slightly cheaper price. So basically they make like a worse version of what's already selling and try and price it lower than the competition that they copied from. Or in another case, they actually make something that is more valuable and yet they still price it a little cheaper than what's on the market. Now this happens a lot in low content, especially where everybody basically undercuts each other's price point. So somebody started pricing their books at say $10.99, right? And then somebody comes in and make the same book but sells it for $9.99. And then somebody else comes in and sells it for $8.99, and then $7.99 and $6.99. And they all think that selling their books at a cheaper price is better, it's more attractive to the customers. So basically everyone's just undercutting each other to the point where you raced to the bottom in terms of the price point. And now everybody has literally a $5.99 book or $4.99 book, okay? The margin is so small when it comes to profit margin that you cannot even run ads because you're barely making any profit. Now, this is not a good business practice because it's not good for you who does this, as well as everybody else in the publishing space, because nobody really wins if you just race to the bottom, okay? So what you should do instead is to try and make a better product than your competition and price your book higher according to the increased value. Now, even if your book is similar to your competition in terms of value, I would still recommend pricing it at least $1 higher than your competition. And the reason why I recommend this is because of this thing called the perceived value, okay? So the perceived value is basically how much of a value people perceive your product to be. So there's this very interesting experiment called, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically a wine experiment, okay? So basically it's human psychology that people are wired to think that when something costs more, that means it's more valuable. So there's this very interesting experiment where people did a study, right? They brought a bunch of people in a room and they gave them 3 different wines, okay? So they had 3 different wines and they told the people that this wine is cheap wine and it costs this much. And this wine is medium price and it costs this much. And this third wine is very, very expensive and it costs this much. And they basically had those people drink all 3 of the wines and had them rate which wine tasted the best. And inevitably, most people rated the expensive wine to taste the best. But what's interesting about this is later on, the test organizer revealed that all 3 wines were the exact same wine. But because people believed that this wine was expensive and this wine was cheap, they literally convinced themselves that this tasted better and this tasted worse because it's cheaper, right? So what you believe affects how you feel in terms of the product as well, which is very, very interesting. And this can be applied in literally anything, okay? So in online marketing, that is why perceived value is very, very important. And so pricing your books lower doesn't mean you get more sales. In fact, you might be losing sales because the perceived value goes down, right? People see your book selling at $4.99 and then they see your competition at $8.99 or $9.99 and they're like, okay, well, this book is priced higher, so this must be better. And they will look at your book and be like, why is this book so cheap? What's wrong with it, right? The first thing they're going to start looking at is what is wrong with it, okay? So you basically cut down your royalties and then also might be losing some sales. And this is why racing to the bottom in terms of price is not good. Now, what I don't want you to do is to go out and just jack up all your book prices without increasing value. Okay, you can increase your book price $1 or $2 higher than your competition, but I don't want you to go and jack it up to a completely new price point when nobody else in the market is doing that, just because of this perceived value effect, because I feel like that's a little scammy too. What you want to do is to actually make a really good book, right? Actually increase the value in your book and price your book accordingly. So what I mean is, don't just make an average book and then jack up the price because of the perceived value. What I want you to do is to actually make a premium book, right? Do what you can, research the market, see what people want, and then add that in the book and make a really, really good premium book. And by doing so, you can price your books at a premium price. So what I'm saying is you actually increase the book value and you increase the price accordingly. So always strive to be the premium product in your niche, because to be completely honest, people who just want free information or everything cheap is not the best customers that you want to deal with. This is a personal experience from me, but I'll tell you a little story to illustrate this point. When I first released my publishing course, I offered a $200 discount. Now I had a one-time payment option and I had a installment plan of 3 payments of $300. Okay. So a lot of people, what they did is they applied that $200 discount to the installment plan. So instead of $300 times 3 payments, what they did is they got the $200 discount on the first $300 payment, meaning they got access to the entire course for just $100. Okay. I had about 10 people do that, and guess how many people asked for a refund? Literally about 7 or 8 people. So almost every single person who got the course with that option with just $100 asked for a refund. Okay. And they complained and this and that. And it was just one of the worst customers to ever deal with. Compared to that, literally 99% of the people who bought my course at full price, right? They never asked for a refund. They're very happy with the purchase. They never complain, and they're one of the best customers that you can deal with. Okay. Obviously, I cannot say 100% of the customers are happy, because you can't do that. There's always going to be someone that doesn't like your style, but 99% of the customers who paid full price is happy with the purchase. In fact, I never even had a refund request once the course is at $997. So it really shows how the difference in customer quality when you're dealing with customers who just want everything free or cheap compared to people who are willing to pay the premium price. Okay, so just wanted to share this personal example to illustrate the point. But the conclusion is to always aim to be the premium product or premium brand in your market by actually making a premium product and asking for a premium price. Okay, by doing so, you attract better customers as well as you make more money. So that is it for the video. If you enjoyed this, let me know by leaving a like, commenting anything. And if you do want to check out my publishing course, the link is below this video, as well as all the tools and resources that I personally recommend, also in the video description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.